Week 3, teaching you how to crochet a different spooky plushie. Today is going to be this little pumpkin, turtle, tortoise, whatever way you want to go with it. This is a pattern written by me again. It's also a low sew pattern, so let me teach you how to make it. I'll be using an orange, 2 shades of brown, a stitch marker, a needle, a 4.5mm hook, some scissors and some stuffing. You will also need some 10mm safety eyes. You're going to start off with the light brown and you're going to make the legs. So for the legs, we need to make a magic ring with 6 single crochets in it. And I'm going to show you how to make a magic ring, so no worries. You're going to get your thumb and your ring finger and you're going to pinch it like this. You're going to wrap an X around your 2 first fingers. Turn your hand over and with your pinky you want to hold it here. So you should have an X here and 2 lines on this side. With your hook, you're going to go under and through the middle. And we're going to pull this piece on the left. If you turn it this way, it should look like a capital A. Then you're just going to twist this hand, and with this piece on the left, you're going to pull it through this loop that is already on the hook. Like that. And that is your magic ring. Then you can just untangle this little piece here. And that is a magic ring. So you're going to chain 1. So you just yarn over and pull up a loop, and that is a chain of 1, and that will count as your first stitch. So we need to do 6 single crochets, so that counts as 1 single crochet. We're going to make another 5 single crochets in this magic ring. So you're going to insert the hook right in the middle. You're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, so you should have 2 loops on your hook. Then yarn over and pull through the 2 loops that were on your hook. So that is 1 single crochet. We're going to do this 4 more times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then with this extra piece here, you're just going to pull it, and that's going to close up your magic ring. So if you want to count it, there should be 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Moving on to round 2, we're going to do 6 single crochets, which is going to be 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So you're going to find your first stitch is going to be inside those first 2 loops. So it should be easy to find because it should be quite loose, just there. So through both of those loops, and again we do a single crochet. So we pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 1 single crochet. We're going to join our stitch marker, and we're going to just continue to do this in each stitch around. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and then in your last stitch 6. And you're going to do the exact same thing for round 3. So single crochet in each stitch around. Join the stitch marker back on the first stitch of each round, so you know where you started. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So here's how it should be looking. You're going to cut off this piece at the end, and we're going to fasten that off. So you just have to pull it through slowly. We can take our stitch marker off, and that is 1 leg complete. With this extra piece you can just tuck it in there, or you can cut it off, whatever you prefer. And that is 1 leg. So you're going to make a second leg exactly the same as this one. You should now have 2 legs that look exactly the same, and you're going to make a third leg. But when you get to round 3, I don't want you to cut off the end, and I'm going to show you exactly what we're going to do instead. So at the end of round 3, as I said, I don't want you to cut it off. What we're going to do is actually do 1 more round of single crochets. So for round 4, we're going to do 6 single crochets again. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now you can cut it off. Fasten it off as we did before. So I want you to make one more that's like this, that has a 4th round of single crochets, and you can cut that one off. So you should have 2 long legs and 2 short legs. Now you're going to make the head. Again, we're going to start off with a magic ring with 6 single crochets. So again, we pinch with our ring and thumb, make our X, turn our hand over and hold it with our pinky. Through the middle, pull that piece on the left, turn your hand and get that piece on the left through the loop that was already on your hook. So that is your magic ring. Then we're going to make a chain 1, counts as your first stitch, and we're going to do 5 single crochets into this magic ring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you want to count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. We can pull this nice and tight. For round 2, we're going to do an increase in each stitch around. So an increase is just 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. So we're going to do our normal single crochet in that first stitch. Grab our stitch marker, put that in. And then in that same stitch, the same hole, we're going to do a second single crochet in that same one. So now you should have 2 single crochets in 1 stitch, like that, and that is an increase. And you're going to do that in each stitch around, so you're going to do 6 increases. So this is our second increase, 1 and 2. Third increase, 1 and 2. Fourth increase, 1 and 2. Fifth one, 1 and 2. And our 6th increase, 1 and 2. We should be back to our stitch marker. Onto round 3, you're going to do a single crochet and then an increase. You're going to repeat that sequence 6 times over. So single crochet, join on your stitch marker, increase in the next stitch. So 1 and 2, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. You should have 18 stitches at this point. So then for rounds 4, 5 and 6, we're going to do single crochets, and I want to speed it up for you because you all know how to do single crochets now. So here's 1, join our stitch marker on, and let's go. For the next round, you will do a single crochet and then a decrease, and you will repeat that 6 times over. So we'll do our first single crochet, and then join your stitch marker on. And I will show you how to do a decrease. So you want to go up through the front loop, and I'll show you where that is. So if you go into the middle of that single crochet just there, this loop that's on the front is your front loop, and that loop that's behind is your back loop. When you do a single crochet, you go through both of these like that, but we're looking for just the front loop. So you're going to pull up a loop through just that front loop only, again into the next stitch in that front loop, pull up a loop. So you should have 3 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 of those. So what that does is it brings 2 stitches into 1 stitch. So we're going to repeat that all the way around, single crochet and then a decrease. So here's our regular single crochet through both loops, and then a decrease in the next. Then a single crochet and a decrease in those front loops. Single crochet, decrease, single crochet, decrease, single crochet, and your final decrease in those front loops only. Then for the next round, we're going to do 2 single crochets and then a decrease. I'm going to repeat that all the way around. So single crochet, join our stitch marker back on, second single crochet, and then a decrease in those front loops only. Front loop, and through all 3. So 1, 2, decrease, 1, 2, and decrease. For the next 2 rounds, we're just going to single crochet all the way around. So I'm going to speed this up for you. This is going to be the first round of single crochets. Then we can take this off. So you can remove your hook, and we're going to join the eyes on now. So the best way to decide where the eyes are going to go, you want this piece where you've just taken the hook out to be on the right hand side. You want to fold it flat, and you know that the head's going to be joined on like this. This is where the body's going to be. So I like to put the eyes between round 5 and 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So between these 2 rounds here. So I'm going to put it just about there. And you want to do the same thing on the other side. Make sure it's matched up in the same row. And that's what it will look like when it's on your actual piece. So I'm just going to put the backs on those and just click it in. So that's 1 in. And that is the second one in. Then you're going to get some stuffing and just stuff the head nicely. Keep it nice and round. And here you can see it nice and round. You're going to insert your hook back in, and then what we're going to do is fold it flat, and we're going to match up the stitches. So these 2 match, these 2 match, these 2 match, and these 2 match. And we're going to single crochet through both sides to close this off. So we'll go into the next stitch and then through the matching stitch on the other side. It should just be a straight line. Then you're going to pull up a loop through both sides and just do a regular single crochet. I'm going to continue this down the line. So this is going to be the second one, the third one through both sides, and the fourth and final one through both sides. And you can fasten off this end, and that is the head completed. We're going to start off with a magic ring with 8 single crochets, and we know how to do a magic ring at this point. Make our X, and we just need to do 8 single crochets inside that magic ring. So we do our chain 1 first, that's our first one, and then we're going to do 7 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and that is 8 stitches in our magic ring. I'm going to pull that nice and tight. This is going to be the most difficult part. We're going to start to join the legs onto this. So onto the next round, round 2, you're going to now join on the legs. We're going to start off with one of the long legs, okay? And we're going to go from the inside out. So we're going to insert our hook from the inside. So you should see the circle. You're going to go from the inside, and your hook should be coming outwards. It doesn't matter what stitch you go through, you can go through any. And then in the next stitch on your body piece, we're going to just insert the hook just there. And then we're going to continue to crochet as if it's a regular single crochet. And now you've got the body and one leg joined by 1 single crochet. So we're going to join our stitch marker just over there. And then we're going to do the exact same thing a second time. So into the next stitch on the leg, into the next stitch on the body, and then join together. with the regular single crochet. Then we're going to get the next long leg, do the exact same thing through the body from the inside out to the outside. Then we're going to find the next stitch on the body and go through there and complete our single crochet. So that's one. A second time, one through the leg, one through the body, and complete the single crochet. Now we're going to get one of the short legs, again into the leg from the inside out, find the next stitch on your body, and that is one, and again a second one, and into the body, finish our single crochet. And then the last pieces, remember, from the inside to the outside, and we're just going to join that onto the body in those next two stitches. So that's one from the inside to the outside, and that is two. Your legs should all be joined on. You should have the two long ones here and the two short ones here. Now we've removed our stitch marker. For the next round, you're going to go straight into the leg. So you're going to go and do 4 stitches. So you're going to go straight into that leg, right there. And we're going to do a single crochet. And we put our stitch marker on. We're going to do 4 single crochets on each leg. So this is 1. I'm going to do 3 more. So this is 1, 2, and 3. Then find the next leg, and then we're going to do 4 single crochets on the next leg as well. So into the next stitch on the leg. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Exact same thing on the next leg. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And onto our final leg. I'm going to do a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you should be back to the stitch marker, and all of our legs are now joined on. For the next round, we're going to do a single crochet, and then an increase in the next stitch. So that's 1 and 2. Next we're going to grab the head and we're going to join this on. So we're going to go through the first stitch we did to close up the head. So through the head, and the same way that we joined on the legs, through the head and then through the body. So we find the next stitch on the body, which is right there. I'm going to go through that stitch, do a single crochet, and going through both pieces, it is now joined on by 1 single crochet. Then we're going to do an increase in the next stitch, but we're still going to be joining the head on. So through the head, find your next stitch, and do a regular single crochet, and then back into that same stitch, we're going to do it again, another single crochet, and there's our increase. And again into the next stitch, single crochet, then through the body, and then we're just going to close off that single crochet, and then we're going to increase in the next stitch. So increase through the head, through the body, and this is our first single crochet, and then back into that same stitch, our second single crochet, and that is our increase done. And then we're just going to continue to single crochet increase in each stitch around until we get to the end. So that is 1 increase, then another single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, and then one more single crochet and increase. And your head should now be joined on. You can see the eyes are nice and straight. I'm going to actually fasten this off. And take out your stitch marker. So we can put this to the side for now. And we're going to get our orange. So we're going to start off with a magic ring with 6 single crochets. You know how to do this now. We make our X through the middle and through the loop that was on your hook. And we're going to chain 1 and then 5 more single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pull that nice and tight. Onto the next one, we're going to increase in each stitch around, so 6 increases. Into the first one, that's 1 single crochet, join our stitch marker on, and in that same stitch, then we're going to continue to increase in each stitch around. This is 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. And then obviously we did the first 2, so altogether we should have 12 stitches. Then we're going to do single crochet and then an increase in each stitch around. So single crochet, join our stitch marker on, then an increase, 1 and 2. And we're just going to do that all the way around. Single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, a single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, and then we're going to do 2 single crochets and then an increase. So single crochet, join our stitch marker on, second single crochet, and then an increase. So 1 and 2, then 1, 2, increase, 1, 2, increase, 1, 2, increase, 1, 1, 2, increase, and our final 1, 2, increase. Then for the next 3 rounds, we're going to do single crochets. So I'm just going to speed this up for you. So that's 1. So after you finish those 3 rounds of single crochets, here's how it should look. And we're going to take off the stitch marker and we're going to now join the body and the shell all together as one piece. So you can join these 2 pieces anywhere around on here, doesn't really matter. I'm going to join them just between here, between the legs. So again, first piece is going to go through the shell, second section is going to go through the body. And we're going to join with 1 single crochet. And we're just going to do this in each stitch around. So we're just going to join everything together through the shell, through the body. And I'm just going to speed this up for you. So just before you finish closing it up, there's this little gap here, and I'm going to actually stuff this. So you want to stuff the legs first. Give them a little bit of shape, and you only really need a finger to get the stuffing in there. You don't really need too much space. And we're just stuffing this shell now. So make sure it's got a nice round shape. And then we can continue to close this up. So through the shell and through the body, through the shell, through the body. And you want to leave a really nice long tail because we're going to do a bit of sewing. And we can just pull this through. So you should have this nice long tail. And now we can sew everything together. So then you want to go back into the next stitch and come out through the top, right in the middle of your magic ring, just there. And then I want you to go just across your magic ring. So you've just come out at the middle, and I just want you to go across just one stitch and out through, directly through the middle of the feet, all the way through the bottom, just there, like that. And then again, one stitch to the right, and then back out through the center. So essentially you've just done a big loop in the middle, and I just want you to pull it nice and tight. So as you can see, the legs will kind of shrivel together like this. That's exactly what you want to happen. And this is going to be the top of your pumpkin. So we're going to go in, not into this final row, but one row above, and then back out through that middle stitch just there. And this is going to make the lines for your pumpkin. And just like that, you've now got one edge of your pumpkin, and you're just going to go around. So you're going to make as many lines or as little lines as you want. And we've got one more to do just here. And you should have a nice little pumpkin shape going on. So now I want you to move over one stitch and come out just directly behind the head, just there. And what we're going to do is we're going to sew the head to stay upwards, because right now it just flops down like that. We don't want that. That looks quite sad. So you're just going to put a few stitches through the back of the head like this, and just attach it to your pumpkin. You can do it just in one spot, or you can do it all the way down. I would recommend doing it all the way down if you are planning to sell these. Because you want it to be super secure. And then again, you just want to come back out through that top part there. And so the head should stick up now like this. Your legs should all have their own little positions. All those little gaps should be covered, but you can sew these little gaps between the legs closed if you need to. So then with our second brown, we're going to make a magic ring with 4 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to just do another 4 in the next round. So 1, you can put a stitch marker in, 2, 2, 3, and 4. And then you want to turn it the correct way round. And then you want to leave a little tail because we're going to sew this on. So now we're going to fasten off this orange. And we're just going to fasten it off over the middle. So I'm just going to tie a little knot just here, like that, and then pull that through a random stitch, and we can just cut this off. And then with this brown, we're just going to sew it right on top, just there. And then we can just put that through a random stitch. And tighten that, and then just cut that. And you should have your very own pumpkin turtle / tortoise. So don't forget to tag me if you've made one. I would absolutely love to see it.